make sure the video's on, camera's on. Cool. Is that working? I think it's working. Hell yeah. Man, this is my first time streaming to YouTube from my mobile device through Zoom. So that's great. What's up, everybody? On Instagram, I'm talking about the Beast Coat of Arms. That was a terrible intro. Should start the video over. I'm Yogi Chris, founder of Ninth Limb Yoga, captain of IMC Nation. We have a special offer going on today. Hold on. Well, I got to be off camera for this. So these accounts, it's always important when you come to this stream for any of these accounts, if you're on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, that understand that I'm a messenger of AZD and IMC Tech. And that's what these accounts are grown on, is AZD clips, live streams with AZD, content related to IMC Nation and AZD. And you should know who that is if you're going to watch this stream. That's a guy that's beat the game. He's beat the game of men and women in dating, and is just, he's like a computer programmer that's at the cutting edge. And so he still has to like solve problems and computer hack and whatever, but he's like cutting edge. He's figuring out what can be done with this code. And it's not just a cultural code, it's a DNA code, it's a spiritual code. There's a code of how men and women naturally, like, what do you find attractive? You didn't decide what you find attractive. There might be some things that you decide, but most of what you're attracted to is DNA. You didn't decide it. You're attracted to that kind of body, that kind of voice, and really that kind of behavior. Certain behaviors will be very attractive. So AZD has codified the most attractive male qualities. Yes, make lots of money is great. Yes, have a great body. Yes, yes, yes. All the basic stuff that you know. But there are character qualities that put two men in the same room, give them equal attributes, equal money, equal everything. There are character qualities that are more attractive as a man. And if you really emphasize those character qualities, like ramp them up, take the dial and make them maxed out. Not money, not career, not fame, not facial symmetry or whatever, handsomeness, but these character qualities. Like I said, if you have a twins, two identical twins, and they're identical in all their material attributes, like same money, career, whatever, look good, but one has these qualities of masculinity, he wins in the dating game. And if you can ramp up those qualities, he can even beat guys that have more money, beat guys that have more good looks or whatever. Character wins out. AZD is demonstrating it. Again, you got to know who AZD is, because the guy with so many girlfriends, they're all beautiful, very loyal, perfect orderliness. That's a trip. So you have to face that as a man, or just look away and like walk away and be like, nah, that's a gimmick or whatever. And I've been living with him 4 years. I've been training with him 9 years. I've helped grow the movement. There's tons of guys. They're influential in their own ways. They're entrepreneurs. They're educated in some cases, like Harvard grads, lawyers. There's a whole mosaic. There's gangsters, there's everything, fighters to nerds, everything in between. But they all have a certain intelligence that can recognize the truth of what they're seeing with AZD. Is it an anomaly? It's a guy with 2 arms, 2 legs in the English language beating the game and showing it in classes and lectures. Here's texts, here's conversations. Sometimes phone calls get picked up. You hear it more and more. It's like you don't run out of observation. You don't get bored observing. It just gets more and more and more legit, too legit to quit. It's like at some point you can't quit, because you would literally be in denial of what you were already acknowledging to be true. And then that happens. That's called blow off, where people just can't handle what is being presented in front of them, because they have crimes against in their own mind. It could be in their own perception. They may have legitimate crimes against, but they are perceiving that they've done something wrong, and their reaction to that is to run away. And that's called blow off. But anyway, getting back to the character qualities, this is what AZD created, called the Beast. AZD's Beast, because the Beast as a word is used in a lot of different cultures, and it's vilified, 666 Beast. It's a lot of different athletes and whatever say Beast, he's a beast, or, whatever. There's a lot of usages of the word, kind of like Eskimos have for the word snow or whatever. But AZD has a particular beast. It's built on stoicism. It's a stoic beast. Believes all animals in the kingdom, in God's kingdom or whatever, are Stoics. But we really go into that philosophy, and there's a whole system he's developed around it, which is very innovative for planet Earth. There was another guy, Vince Kelvin, who has all kinds of systems. A lot of coaches have systems. Mystery has systems, but their systems fall short of a full lifestyle. And especially in terms of character development. Every man is kind of left to his own means, like develop your own character as you will. Here's some techniques of dating. Here's some techniques of communication. Here's some techniques of weightlifting and working out. They have like techniques for different subjects, but nobody's got to the core of character development, probably because nobody's really able to demonstrate it. Like I said, AZD's demonstrating it. So beating celebrities, beating guys that are wealthier, beating better looking guys, more established guys, whatever, with character qualities, because it's just not the money. It's not the good looks. Time after time, that's what I see, I observe. And so being able to demonstrate that he has some authority to say, here is a system to develop your character. And then tons of guys did it. Originally, we got these beads as being christened in that. I already had beads like being a yogi. I'm Yogi Chris. But it's a different kind of beads. It was beads in a particular order. You know, like you have a monk order, a group of monks or whatever. And you decide if it's fake or not. But the level of discipline that I exert in my day-to-day far surpasses any regular guy. And if you have a monk and you're going to compare me to the monk, then again, he may be more disciplined, but he has isolated himself from all distractions and tucked himself safely away in some monastery or something somewhere. And I could do that too. If I were in that monastery, I would be even more disciplined. But go into the real world, interact with women, interact with, like, be an entrepreneur for yourself. There are some monks that have become entrepreneurs. They do great, but they still are messed up with women. They just don't know how to have a relationship. They need a really weak, docile woman who's still going to be feminist with them, buzzed head, no makeup, not even good looking in any way. And they'll have one of them. And that'll be their relationship and their love, right? And it's like zero attraction there. You guys are plain as like black, white, and shades of gray. So basic. And they're really normal. Monks and spiritual people are very, very regular when it comes to relationships. I am a monk of that. I'm a monk of relationships. Yes, I use yoga. Yes, I'm a stoic monk. Yes, I'm a fighting monk. I fight. Like, I'm a monk of these other orders, but this is where humans and mankind is the weakest, is in relationships. So AZD put together what's called the coat of arms, which I tattooed on myself. It's a stoic sigil, which means like a compilation of many symbols. They all have deep meanings, esoteric meanings, hidden meanings. You could look at it and be like, okay, there's a wheel, there's a tiger, there's a pen. You might be able to figure some things out. Other things you won't figure out, like the ants. What the fuck are those? The tent. Good luck trying to just figure that out, pull that out of the ether. But to those that know, they represent very powerful concepts that we can use to grow our character, develop our character. Not always grow. Sometimes you got to get rid of shit. You know, it's just develop it to be stronger, more adaptable, so you thrive. Adaptability is huge. It's not just stronger. It's adaptable. If you're strong but you can't be flexible, you break. If you're flexible but you can't be strong, you're worthless. You need both. And AZD coming out with a system, a tangible physical system for men to utilize is innovative on planet Earth. Other, like, martial arts has systems, yoga has systems, people have systems, but nobody's a player. And so of all the players on Earth, nobody has a system. He comes out with a system, and of course, I'm a messenger of that. I'm a minister of that. I'm a monk of that. And I'm too legit to quit. So I'm ministering on the process, as it's called, the beast process. So today we had a very special offer at the end of class, and this was a big discount for guys to get the beast process. It's codified, especially the coat of arms. That's probably, it's hard to say what's the most important or most difficult to understand, but I think that's the weakest, where as far as people's understanding. People have the weakest understanding of the coat of arms. And because it's so essential, that's the weakest link. It seems to be the weakest link on the IMC guys. Guys that are not IMC Nation, if you're just freeloading, you know, just watching free shit, then it may not be important to you. It's for the guys that want to get better with game, and they see that AZD's game is the only game to be learning. What other kind of game are you going to learn? Man, if you guys are on TikTok, I feel bad for you watching other people's, or YouTube or whatever. Anybody that's watching other people's game, I feel bad for you. Like, you are so lost looking at anybody else's game. It's really sad and really pathetic. You're so lost. It's pathetic, man. You have not been able to observe the truth that you're following weaklings that are manipulative and just so weak. They're mama's boys. Their shit stinks, man. They're not good with women. You can't see the truth. AZD's immaculate with women. He's great with it. Like, bats 1,000. That means hits 100% of the time. And it's not that he gets every woman. It's that his character improves every time we go out. Like it's a system of responses that is organic. It's like AI. It keeps developing faster than the culture can develop, and that's what we're all learning, and we've all been infected with this ability to adapt ourselves, and that's the beast process. So today at the end of class, AZD gives a very special offer. Actually, he asked me to give an offer, but I do, and he endorses it. And we have a lecture, a 2-hour lecture where AZD just spells out the beast coat of arms, all the symbols, what they mean, how to use them in your workout, in your journal process, in your reading, in your life. The Stoic sayings, there's 4 Stoic quotes that go around it that you just use throughout your life. And again, where is it coming from? You can watch a YouTube video of some Stoic guy just like reading quotes or whatever. He's a cheeseball. He's a faggot. He's weak. Fuck him. Don't learn Stoicism from a YouTube video. You can listen to it to remind you of shit, but you got to study it a different way if you want to be strong like a real Stoic. Now, don't be just strong. You got to be adaptable. That's where AZD's imagination techniques come in. Some of that is in the Beast Coat of Arms lecture. A lot of it is in the Beast Camp. The Coat of Arms lecture is one of 8 lectures in a camp, and that camp is $500. But today we're giving it for $247. That's what it is. 8 lectures, the beast process, mentality, imagination, shifting perspectives, and using the workout and the system of discipline, which is like, that's the big, it's just such a general term to say discipline is the most important part of the beast process. It's so general. Like, what does that mean? Like, I could say wake up time. It's still, people are going to misunderstand it, but that's more definite. But it's not just the wake up time. That's huge. That's probably the most important of all the disciplines. But if you only had that, it's nothing. It's nothing. There are people in the world who make their wake up time every day, but they don't have a process. You need a process. So the full camp, the 8 lectures, gives the process, how to make your schedule, how to transition activities, how to blend activities. Some guys were telling me they were in IMC and they were like, I had this mentor that said, don't multitask, don't blend activities, do this and then do this. And it's like, man, your process is weak, and that's why you're so weak. You learn information from the wrong sources, even if that's your coaches, your parents, your dad, your whatever, your church, school book. So much of it is from school you don't even realize. Don't even realize. You have a sheep mentality. So the beast process comes from behind bars, where the calisthenics and different aspects of the discipline and different terminology of it comes from maximum security prison, which hardens you as a man. When you learn that language and you learn the process, the program, as it's called, behind bars, you get harder. And IMC is the guys that we're out in the world, but we have that hardness from behind bars. Now you could say, well, you've never been to prison, you don't know. Or you're right, I don't know. But we are endorsed by guys at the highest levels in the prison system, among many others. We're endorsed by rappers, we're endorsed by entrepreneurs of all variety, we're endorsed by people in the news. You don't know them because IMC is so taboo. Game and dating dynamics is so taboo. Nobody wants to hashtag IMC Nation if it gets associated with this tattooed guy that's spitting like hardcore game. A few of them do. You can find them. Look up hashtag IMC Nation. You'll see a random post here or there from, who's that guy? That guy's a student. He just doesn't shout out IMC like I do. I exchanged my entire existence for IMC Nation. I was a PhD student. Fuck that. I'm going to be a yoga teacher. I built a yoga brand. Fuck that. I'm going to be just IMC. Just went full on IMC. I'm still Yogi Chris, PhD, but I left those lives behind. A lot of potential, a lot of future, fame, celebrity in certain circles. I would have been a celebrity professor. I would have been a celebrity yogi for sure. Now I'm a celebrity with an IMC. And I push it forward. And it's my job to explain it in a way that you get, because it benefits so many people, but you got to get into it. And why people don't get into it is usually a lot of blocks about dating. Sometimes it's money. Sometimes a lot of people will say money, but it's really not that. You have access to money. It's around you. You just got to borrow it, loan it, sell something, sell your service, sell your time, sell something you don't need. Money is around you. Borrowing it is huge, but people don't want to confront that their girlfriends don't know they study IMC. Their family doesn't want them to study IMC. Their friends don't want them to study. Nobody wants them to study IMC. As soon as they look into the tattooed guy with the video blogs, they're like, and whatever. They're sheep. But if they're really your friends, they should loan you the money. you'll pay them back in some way, either money or service or whatever. You work that out with them. But if you can't work that out, then it's just not important enough to you. Maybe you didn't think of it. Now I told you, now that I've told you, if you haven't worked it out, or if you can't work it out in the next like 6 hours, then it's not important enough to you. And don't lie to me. You can't even lie. I already know the truth, but don't lie to yourself. It's a waste of life. Just come clean to yourself. It's not important enough to you. And then as you chew on that thought, maybe it becomes important enough because you weren't acknowledging that. Acknowledgement's huge. So the Beast Process camp, July camp that happened, is immaculate. It's the system that will get you here. It's an ingredient that's necessary. It's the yeast that makes the dough rise. You just can't make the cake or whatever. You can't make the bread without it. You could try. You'll have something, maybe some flatbread or some dough or something, some cookie dough. But if you want game with multiple women, with the highest level women, you need the Beast Process. Because like I said, all those players crash. All the pickup coaches crash. They settle with one girl because they can't handle the rigors and the stresses of multiple relationships. And their women are almost exclusively not good looking. Not at that level. Not fine women. To handle multiple fine women and your business and your life and your friendships and not lose yourself, not lose your health, you need a process of discipline, self-discipline, connecting to higher levels of philosophy, and to be part of a tribe, obviously, but that's tough for people. But join the IMC tribe, do the Beast Process, and you'll see there's a lot of strength in the IMC tribe, and people, we get along on levels that you just haven't experienced. You're used to getting along with people because you took the same class together, or you went to work together, or your neighbors, or maybe your childhood friends or something. But that's, again, you were just in the same class. Like, people don't really make friends at activities. Occasionally, like if they're a fighter or something, or they join a club or whatever, but people don't make friends. Adults don't make friends. But if you learn a Beast Process, you'll gain access to a great number of IMC Nation. You don't have to do the Beast Process to join IMC, but once you do the Beast Process, you'll understand about 50 or 60 different individuals in IMC Nation that are at the highest levels that completed the Beast Process. It takes about 2 months. About 2 months to complete your transformation. 1 to 3 months, basically, if you're everyday disciplined. And you will change in a way that about 50 or 60 other IMC guys will turn their heads and say, that guy's got it. They'll know because they went through it. You haven't gone through it. Even if you're a fighter, even if you work out now, even if you're in shape, you haven't gone through the Beast Process. You got to at least get the coat of arms lecture. And ideally, you get the camp. The camp is only $247. Normally, it's $500. The price is going to go up right after. I mean, this is a one-time deal. So I recommend getting it. Now, I'll take any questions. If you guys have any questions or feedback about what I've said so far. Otherwise, I'm going to end it and get to all these messages. Okay. Hey, nothing coming in. All right, everybody. That's the Beast Process, Beast Coat of Arms. I'll post this up, and hopefully it's helpful, especially on YouTube and Instagram. TikTok, you don't really get to get posted. All right, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for joining. Sayonara. Jay Guru Dev. Praise the Lord. Be the best. Fuck the rest.